so proud of the guys. Just a big win. Very good Akron team. We'd stumbled a little bit, lost a little of our swagger, our confidence. So, that's one of those things that you can't say be confident. It's not how it works. You just got to get in the gym, keep working. And I thought tonight we came out with a lot more of what we kind of expected the guys to be, or what we expected to be as a team. And they did a great job. Shared the ball, shot it the way we want to shoot it, and then just a really good game overall. Obviously, the last few minutes we want to clean up a little bit, but that's another one of those things that you can't, no matter how many times you practice it, you can't simulate it. You can't simulate the way your heart rate elevates if, in certain situations. You can only give them looks in practice and have looks, but being in those situations as a team is great. And so, hey, we did what we needed to do to hold on to it, and we're certainly not going to give it back. But Akron team that's going to win a lot of games, so really, really happy for the guys that they get to enjoy the day off tomorrow after beating a good team. That was long, sorry.
What was the difference for you defensively as opposed to the Florida games?
I just thought we had a much better intent. Guys took to the plan. A lot of feedback, a lot of discussion over the last couple days. But Freeman is, he is so good. He is so good, and he's so aggressive, and he's so quick twitch. But the guys, I think, did a really good job of just kind of sacrificing themselves for the betterment of the possession, trying to get the result that we needed. And I think when we watch the film, for the most part, we're going to be really happy with a lot of our half-court defensive possessions.
So in those final sequence, you guys have a turnover, and then it's a quick change to the other end. Do you have time to get anything communicated from the sideline to defensively, or are they just out there sort of on their own, relying on what they worked on in practice for that final possession?
No, we actually got it in, and then there's situations where I try to get a timeout, but we just kind of, you got to go through it, I think. Because now it's, when we go through it in practice, it'll hit a little different. Of course, the guys have been in those types of situations, but even when you're as a group, being in it, seeing it, now when we talk about it, when we see it on film, when we'll walk through it the next few days, then it'll just hit a little bit differently. And again, this is one of those situations where you're glad you go through it, but most importantly, you're glad you came out with the win.
Lineup change tonight with Caleb coming in. What just kind of went into that decision?
I think it's just we try as coaching staff to do whatever we can to get the best out of every guy. Get the best out of every position. We don't always see it as, in a lot of ways we see it as the 5 position. The point guard position. How do we get the best out of this position? And so it's something that we changed up. I thought the 5 spot for us tonight was really good. I think Ice came in and had a huge impact. Caleb had a good game as well. Freeman is one of those guys where when you're at the 5 spot, when you play against him, you can't really think about much else other than what he does. And the guys just did a good job of that. And I know he ends up with 22 points, very efficient from the field, but I still think, as wild as it sounds right now, I still think we did a good job on him when we had him in spots we wanted him to be in, so that we could kind of execute what we wanted to.
How important was Jackie tonight, especially in that first half?
Yeah, Jackie's been great. He's really been great so far this year. And when we talk about that spot, that spark plug off the bench, that microwave, that's what we want him to be. We want him to come in and be aggressive. Get to the rim. When that kind of second wave of guys come in, we think Jackie's going to be better than a lot of teams we play. With that guy, that guard coming off the bench, and his ability to score is really high. And that's what he did tonight. When he's out there, there's always the possibility he's going to make a shot, make a good play, drive to the hoop. Of course, we're going to want to dial one of those back a little bit. It was a little early and a little deep, but it's kind of hard to say go, 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 and then all of a sudden stop. But he's been great so far this season, and he's kind of absorbed that role and taken it by the horns. And if he can continue to play that way and play that hard and well, I think we're going to be in a good spot.
You guys kind of brought back that baseline trap that you were doing last season. Was that just because of Freeman, or is that something that you'd like to kind of reintroduce as the season goes on?
Well, I think, when you got a guy like Freeman who's, like I said, he's so quick twitch, he's so fast, he's so powerful and bouncy, even though he's not the biggest guy in the world, he's wiry, strong. It was something that we just didn't even want to put our defense in that type of situation. And so, going and traveling and trying to get out of his hands as best we could. But I still think, when we go back and watch the film, we're going to see how good of a player he really is, because every time we didn't do it the way we wanted to, or every time we weren't sure, when we were kind of timid, he made us pay. And man, he's a really good player.
What did you like about that final defensive possession? You held them to a pretty tough three, and you got the rebound to.
Just that, I guess. Just that it didn't go in, because when it left his hand from where I was standing, I wasn't sure. And yeah, that would have been a heartbreaker. But but all night I thought we did a really good job of guarding the ball full court. They didn't do a lot of wing entries, which kind of goes a little bit of what we worked on. We want to push those catches out, but I thought we made their offense start out farther than maybe they would in 5-on-0 when they practice it. So I thought in our half-court sets, I thought we just did a really good job of that. I think, I don't have the numbers here in front of me, but when we dissect the first 37 minutes, I think they're going to be pretty good and pretty impressive in the way that we want to guard things. Those last 3 minutes are going to skew some of the numbers.
Coach, a couple minutes to go. You're up double digits. From your vantage point, what went wrong there the next 60 to 90 seconds?
I thought we got timid. It's really, it even when it got to 18, that's where we've talked about it. That's where we've got to continue. We've got to stay on the gas. You've got to, everybody played in that locker room, so when you're down double digits, that next shot, there's not a lot of pressure or stress on it, but we have to make it that way. We have to make that one that they hit to cut out of the corner to cut back to 15. We got to make that just as hard and difficult as we had made most of their shots, and that's something that we got to just continue to get better at. But I thought, we tried to take our ball and go home, and again, it's one of those situations that you can't simulate that. You cannot simulate that situation where you've got a 9-point lead. They're feeling good. They've scored every possession for 5 straight. We've kind of hung on offensively there for a little bit. Now, what are we going to do next? You can't simulate that in practice to an extent. So going through that, I thought we just kind of went side to side a little bit. We didn't quite have that same sharpness or crispness that we had really in the first 37 minutes.
We talked about Jackie's offense, but I thought his defense was pretty good and really harassed the point guards trying to start the offense.
No question. Like I said, Jackie's had a great start to the year. He's bothering the ball. He comes off the bench, aggressive, and that's what we need and want him to do. We need him to go in there hunting those opportunities to make plays and make shots. A lot of times in games, that first 5 minutes is one way, and then that second 5 usually is where people kind of find their footing a little bit. But if he can continue to come in and be somebody that goes full throttle, that's just another weapon for us. But also his biggest, I think, step from last year to this year is the way he's guarding the ball full court. I mean, it's annoying. It's bothersome. You don't like it as a point guard. It's harder to communicate when you have to worry about protecting the ball. And so I thought as a whole, when you talk about Webb, DJ, Jackie, Lou, I thought they just did a really good job of not letting that guy get to that, the edge of the logo and then running their offense from there.
Was that the most active in terms of active hands and really creating some havoc for him, especially inside, that you've seen from your defense?
Yeah, that and Pepperdine. I thought our Pepperdine game was really good. We were really active, a lot of deflections, but to kind of bounce back really after the Florida trip and play that way is what's most encouraging, I think, because we had a lot of deflections going into the half. A lot of the passes were harder to shoot for them. And we've just got to continue to focus on that and keep getting better at it, because I still think this is a group that's going to continue to get better.
Can we get a couple of player availability updates? Shane Noel out of the boot, so what's going on with him?
He's out of the boot. He's kind of at a point now where I think we're getting closer to day-to-day. We're not quite there yet, but it is something. I think he's at the point now where he's going to start seeing a lot of progress in the next couple days until he's back fully ready. I can't say he'll be back for Dayton just quite yet, but I think he'll be really close to it by then.
And we've asked a lot about Keelan. Is the goal now graduate? Could he be eligible sometime in mid-December? Is this another clearance thing from the NCAA?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to do everything that I want to make sure I word this right. We're trying to do everything by the way the NCAA is asking it and wants it to go. You know, I think we're at a point, though, now where he deserves an answer. You know, you're talking about somebody who is back with his brother. He's happy. He wants to play basketball with his brother. And I think we're at a point now where I'm very hopeful that somebody will see it and the right people will see it and at least let the guy know what his, you know, this year of college basketball is going to be like for him. Hope that wasn't too much.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
2014 Rebels Saturday.
All right. First off, just, you know, how does it feel for both of you? How does it feel to get back in the win column after that kind of rough trip to Florida?
I feel like it feels great. Individually, as a team, coaching staff, I feel like it feels great. Definitely get back in a win column.
It feels great. You know, we went on a 2-game losing streak, but you know we put that in the rearview. So I'm just glad to get this win and move on to the next one.
Definitely. You know, defense seems like it was the emphasis for you guys all week. You got about 15 or, you know, a half and 15 minutes of good defense. What kind of fell apart at the end there defensively for you guys?
You know, we just can't get satisfied with our lead. You know, we just have to keep building on that. But, you know, this week in practice, we're going to really work on that, really trying to extend our lead after we go on a run. So we'll look to get better on that.
Jack, you've had a really good start to the season. What's kind of been your mentality coming off the bench and making an impact?
Really just doing whatever I can to help my team win. Really, that's it.
Yeah, DJ, were there any, what was the focus defensively in practice over the past week, and what were you able to do better tonight, do you think, defensively?
Just being more intense, more communication, playing more team defense, and just really focusing on keeping our man in front of us. Because we haven't really done a great job of that the past 4 or 5 games. So I feel like we've gotten better at that.
Hey, DJ, is there anything that you guys learned from the Florida trip that helped you in this game when it got tight late?
It showed us that we need to be tougher as a team. Because, you know, those teams like back east and down south, you know, we just got a real good taste of, like, how they play down there. So they're very tough, and that just showed us that how much tougher we need to be.
For both of you guys, 7 to 12 from 3 in that first half. Just kind of what was giving you guys good looks from 3?
I feel like just the way, you know, we all share, we all look for each other. I feel like it's easy to tell this is a group of unselfish people, and I feel like when you got that type of team, those type of people that we have, you'll get those type of looks.
Yeah, the ball movement was great tonight. I think we had about like 20-some assists or something. So I mean, that's great. Just moving in, it looks great. It looks beautiful actually. Just playing that style of basketball is great.
Facts.
On that final defensive possession, DJ, was the coaching staff able to give, you know, anything from the sideline heading into that possession, or what was the focus there for you guys as a team when, you know, Akron had the ball for that final shot?
We worked on it all week in practice the past week. You know, those late game situations. So I think they did a great job of preparing us for moments like that. So it just became a habit. So that's props to them for getting us ready.
Jack, yourself and Ice off the bench were key for you guys tonight. Talk about moving forward for you guys to be successful, about what you guys have to do from a bench standpoint this year.
Just bringing the energy. I feel like, you know, energy is contagious, and I know for me, you know, picking up 94, making it tough for opposing guards, I know that'll, you know, just help us. And Ice, just him doing what he does, him being that presence that we need in the post, and you know, being a stretch 5, knocking down those threes, it really be big. So I feel like as long as we just keep doing that, keep bringing energy, I feel like we'll be really well off.
DJ, what was kind of going through your head off that missed free throw? What did you kind of see, and how, you know, you guys were able to kind of prevent them from even getting off a shot?
You know, I take a lot of pride in making free throws. You know, I mean, I'll miss free throws here and there, but you know, just getting that last defensive stop, I'm just glad we got the win.
For DJ, it seemed like you were more offensive minded tonight. So was that a coaching staff thing over the last couple of days, or was that a you and those were the looks you got?
Just the looks I got. You know, they always tell me to stay aggressive and always look for my shots, but you know, I just always take what the defense gives me, and like my dad's always told me, just give the game what it needs, and that's doing whatever it takes to win.
What do you think of the offense in terms of actually getting in it? Because it looked like over the last couple of games you were backing the ball out a lot. Did you feel more comfortable? Was that you? Was that the guys? In terms of getting it going?
That's just me getting more comfortable. Just more games I play, I feel like I gain more experience and I get more comfortable with the pace of the game.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.